service with distinction.
During the Second World War, Lieutenant J.D. Don Mitchell of Halifax jumped out of planes, climbed mountains, and snuck around at night with black shoe polish on his face, all to destroy the Nazi war machine. When he got back to Halifax, he became an architect and started to build things. Hospitals, universities, theaters, and a family. He had 5 kids. His youngest, Greg, has found memories of him sitting on the dean's list to his father. Was funny as heck, Greg said. He used to love getting a head rub, so he would sit on the floor and rub until he had a headache. Often God Mitchell will get impressed, exposed, especially with a story of a mission in Italy. He would take me back into the pictures of behind enemy lines. Mitchell said he would sit there for an hour and walk me through what they saw and what they felt. He recounts one story about a midnight patrol where there was no moon. His father and his fellow soldiers ducked behind a low wall to control themselves from a German patrol just a few feet away. As he recalls the story, he starts to use "we" as if we were there with his dad. As I would sit there and rub his head, we felt high. If it felt good to feel feet high, we thought that was a luxury because we could straighten up a bit. If anybody beheld us sigh, all hell would have broken loose. Mitchell said they would that close. Mitchell, who was surrounded 12 years old at the time, recalls being so engaged in his story. He stopped rubbing his dad's head. I was expecting that with him in mind, guys, he said, what I this girl that involved we J.D. Mitchell would later write his search down self-published a book called The War as I Saw It from My Foxhole. That unit was the subject for a 1968 movie called The Devil's Brigade, which inspired Green Tornadoes Enters Inglourious Bastards. Vernon John Loring was its unit with Don Mitchell, who Canadian parachuted battalion and later the 1st Special Force. When you are with you think you can do anything, said Duchette, who was in the Sergeant Corps at the time and watched to get out. I thought I might as well go all the way. Don was promoted to officer, Duchette not being much older than his comrades. Still. Well, I wanted to read this World War II story in this Halifax magazine, just to honor the World War I and World War II veterans, and I'm thankful for them for giving me my freedom, so I can have my freedom of speech, and the freedom to make these videos. And, yeah, and if you see a veteran, walk up and say thank you, and if you see one that's crying, that looks upset, if he is upset, and just buy a coffee, tea, and sit down and have a conversation. Maybe they want to talk to someone. Yeah, well, I'll do more remembrance videos, and thank you to the veterans who fought for me to be free.